Now let's go through the new generation Honda HR-V 1.5 Turbo V-Spec. I think you have seen enough picture of this car because this is one of the best-selling crossover SUV in Malaysia. You see it anywhere in the road. Even maybe your siblings, your neighbor, and a relative also bought one. As you can see, there's another HR-V as well. You can see how popular is the HR-V in Malaysia market. Now, I'm not going to talk so much in terms of the exterior styling because if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I need to highlight one feature is the remote start also offered in the HR-V because its younger brother, the WR-V, also comes with a remote engine start. Takkan the HR-V doesn't come with it, right? And special for the V-Spec as well as the RS hybrid, you get sequential signal indicator, and when you unlock the car, you get a welcome light. The LED cluster is finished in reflector type and is similar to the Honda Civic FE where the high beam is mounted at the center. As for the grille, all variants of the HR-V gets a different grille. The V-Spec right here gets a gloss black inserts, whereas in the RS you get the diamond kind of design, something like a WR-V RS, that kind of design details. Down here there is a LED fog lights, and one of the most special design cues in the HR-V in the exterior is this one. There's a heartbeat kind of silver lining which adds a bit of specialness to the HR-V Turbo right here. As for the rims, it's finished in the grey, dark grey gunmetal kind of color. It's running on Ultra Contact 6 tire, pretty nice tire, and it's shot on 225/50 18-inch tire. And as you can see, the side profile paired to an 18-inch wheel, it actually looks very sporty, especially the rear end right here. Many people say this looks like a Cayenne or Macan coupe, right? This is where the C-pillar slopes down, and there's a rear spoiler to make up for the styling of the car. There's also the hidden door handle. This is the signature for Honda HR-V for the past generation except the first gen. Right here you get the Honda lane watch camera. You do not get blind spot because you have Honda lane watch. Side mirror is mounted on the doors, and you get LED signal indicator integrated in the side mirrors. Keyless entry for the both front doors. This has been the Honda's practice in all of their cars. All comes with keyless entry for both front doors. Fuel cap you need to pull open from the interior. Unlike the Honda Civic FE, you can just press from here. The rear, I think this is one of the best angle to admire the Honda HR-V. As you can see, there are LED taillights comes with a lot of these kind of details, and there's a one LED light strip which runs across the entire tailgate. This has been the industrial practice because you even see Chinese car maker also do this kind of one strip LED taillights for their rear. And this being a turbo, you get a turbo badge, and exhaust you get dual exit. When it's a 1.5 liter NA or hybrid, you only get single exhaust tip. And this part right here is wrapped in normal plastic cladding. It's not finished in gloss black unlike the RS hybrid. And there's a rear wiper. Now enough of the exterior styling. Now let's go through the interior. So just now I've demonstrated the remote start, same operation. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the start button again. It will start up all of the accessory. Now let's close the door. Relatively solid. And the doors right here are wrapped in pretty much soft touch material. This is soft touch plastic. This is soft touch plastic as well. The door handle is finished in chrome or silver. This part is wrapped in leather. I think the door handle, door cuts design is more interesting than the previous gen, but the use of material I felt is not as nice as the previous gen, because if you notice the previous gen HR-V, actually the entire door panel is finished in very soft leather, but right here you get a mixture of hard plastic and leather. Maybe it's due to cost saving. Nonetheless, the design still looks good. You get central locking, driver's side only gets automatic up and down function for the windows. These are your front parking sensors. These are your safety assist, Honda sensing. This is to adjust the headlight leveling. This is to turn off the traction control. Here's a door pocket to put your stuff. And as part of the Honda modular accessory, you get aluminium pedals, left footrest. Here's a meter cluster, half digital and half analog. And you can adjust the brightness by just pressing on buttons right here. Okay, fairly simple to use. And if you want to cycle the information on the left part, you need to press home, and you can use the scroll wheel right here to scroll between different info. You get tachometer, range and fuel, speed and time, seat belt, maintenance, safety support, setting, customized display, information. Basically, you get a lot of things to adjust, and the animation you can see is pretty nicely done in my opinion. It's very simple to understand, not very complicated. And here's your fuel gauge. This is your speedometer. Steering wheel, you get tilt and telescopic as I mentioned in the driving review. And the buttons right here, all finished in pretty satisfying click. These are your Bluetooth telephone. This is the Honda Sensing's adaptive cruise control. This one of the interesting touch for the HRV is you can actually adjust the air vents to diffuse different areas of air. This is a focused air. This is to close the air vent. This is diffuse air, whereby there's air coming from here. So the air vents won't blow all the way to your face, may some people feel uncomfortable with. This part is wrapped in soft touch material. This part is hard plastic, acceptable in this segment. And this is the console for the touchscreen head unit. You can see this similar design in the competitor, the Corolla Cross. I have no complaints about it as long as the screen is function and supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I think it's more than enough for most Malaysian consumer. Rear mirror is manually adjusted. LED dome light, sun visor with a vanity mirror with light, complete. These are your air conditioning controls, satisfying click as well. Here's your USB port, and here you get some storage space and rubberized. Pretty well done, and Honda actually make an effort to design a soft touch panel for the passenger to rest their legs right here. Very plush. And for the V-Spec, you get wireless charging, which is nice. And here's the gear lever, similar to the Honda Civic FE, the CT, as well as the CR-V. It's the same gear knob design. And here's to adjust the driving mode, and special for the HRV and CR-V, you get hill descent control. These are your electronic parking brake and your brake hold assist. You get cup holders and some storage space to store your items. Pretty complete. And the armrest right here is very soft, and you open it, it reveals a compartment and it's rubberized. Seat wise, I think this seat is not the one you find in the Honda Civic. Instead, this is the one you find in the Honda City because of the segment of this car. I feel it's pretty nice to the sitting, and the seat bench is full length, so it supports your thigh. And you can adjust the front angle to be upward or downward, so you can support your thigh as well. When you are driving long journey, this definitely is very comfortable. And this part right here is finished in soft touch material as well. Glove box deep down, very slow, standard. Overall, the interior design I think is very nicely done, and it's very practical as well. Roof lining is finished in cream, and you get a grip handle. Now let's check out the back seat, shall we? This is where the party piece of the Honda HR-V is. If you own the previous gen Honda Jazz, you will know that there's one magic for the back seat of the car, which is called the magic seats, whereby you lift the seats up and you just lock this leg of the seat right like this. It reveals a very big space for you to load maybe your bicycle or your flower pot. This is one of the nicest design that Honda has made for the HR-V, the Jazz and the City hatchback. Legroom, humongous, no question about it. And seat bench is rather low in my opinion. It sort of supports my thigh. And right here you get a central armrest, but it's not locked in position. You need to take note of that. And you get ISOFIX for the outer two seats, a speaker tweeter, door handles. This part is wrapped in hard plastic instead of soft touch as the front doors. This part is soft touch leather, and there's a spot for you to put your cups. Very well thought of. And this is the function that I mentioned just now. Now Honda HR-V comes with rear aircon vents, and there's 2 USB ports and some storage for you to store your items. Because this is a coupe style kind of design, so the headroom is rather intruded. Anybody with 180 cm tall may find it uncomfortable, but for my height, 172 cm is perfectly fine. You get 3 individual headrests, and the middle passenger seat belt is mounted right here. The width of this car is pretty wide, so you can sit 3 passengers at the back seat, adequate comfort. And at the back you do not get any storage space, you only get a cup holders up here. And get in and out of the car is not that hard because of the ride height of this car is still a crossover setup. For the boot wise, for the V-Spec doesn't come with a power boot, only the RS variant. And as you can see, the tonneau cover actually goes with the boot, which is pretty genius. And you can also fold down the seats if you need more storage space. And when you fold the seat, you can notice it's fully flat. This is also one of the party pieces of the Honda's magic seats. Down here you get a spare tire and some tools. And there's LED lights for both sides and a utility hook. Practicality wise, don't question about Honda HR-V or any other Honda cars. They are as practical as they as. And as you can see, the seat actually tumbles down thanks to the mechanism of the Honda's magic seats. So if you want to just pull back up, you just pull it like this. And as you can see, the seat base will actually raise as well. And the seat back is locked in one position. You cannot adjust multiple angle. I think it's considered comfortable. Now comes to the question whether this car is worth buying or not. It all depends on yourself. You want something that is adequately powerful, practical, and looks very handsome, definitely the HR-V Turbo is your choice. If you want a more fuel efficient choice, you can go for the EHEV system. And if you just want the outlook of the HR-V and you do not want to spend too much money on the maintenance, you can get a base variant 1.5 liter S, because that is using a 1.5 liter NA engine paired to a CVT gearbox, same as the City hatchback and the WRV. That is more easier to maintain compared to turbo or the EHEV system. Personally, I will prefer the turbo because it gives you more power on the get-go. Now this marks my walk around video of this Honda HR-V Turbo V-Spec. Be sure to subscribe, like and share my videos. If you haven't checked out my test drive video of the HR-V Turbo, do check it out in my previous video or find it in my playlist. Once again, I want to thank Car Motor Puchong for letting me feature the Honda HR-V Turbo and WRV. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers!